This is sort of an introduction to something that's been brewing for a while. I'm going to call it, and this is not a new name, it's not a new name for everybody, but not a new name for me, called the Wayrider. The Wayrider, I had a domain name, I've had this domain name which I registered years ago, probably about 6-7 years ago. Tried various blogs, whatever, didn't work, never really got anywhere on it. Still like the name. Why the Wayrider? Wayrider because it appeals that we are, all of us, riding the ways of life, depending on which direction you're going in, if you take corners, if you're off somewhere else, whatever, all that type of stuff. The inspiration came from a book which is actually my namesake. So my name is Kim. Kim by Roger Kipling. Which, like a lot of books, this is not going to be a critic of the book or a description of the book. Anybody can read it. It's essentially, like a lot of good books, the story of a journey from one place, obviously a journey is from one place to another, but across India. And the whole book is essentially moving from one place to another. Like a lot of great books, as I said, that tends to be the case. If we go to the famous Lord of the Rings, same thing. It's essentially a journey. And a lot of books are like that, because it promotes movement, it's interesting, there's always something happening on the journey. So the Wayrider is, the name the Wayrider is a play on that. Also waypoints. Waypoints in a lot of space games, like I haven't played a lot, but one I did play extensively for a while was EVE Online. There are waypoints. Waypoints are waypoints in space where you get to, and you've got to get there, and then you've got to get back to it, and all that type of stuff. A lot of games have waypoints, and we do in life have waypoints. We move from one place to another point, and that's. So what's the point of this? Without going, this is sort of introduction, and it's the first attempt. I've never actually done this type of recording before. Look at the camera, wear my hat, accent. Oh yeah, accent, Africa. Nothing to do with South Africa. Brought up in Southern Africa, went to school in what is now Zimbabwe. My accent remained for various complicated reasons. But yes, I have an affinity for Southern Africa, but I'm not a South African. I'm not even really an African. I went there when I was a kid, grew up there, but it's not quite the same thing. Lived in lots of other places, but anyway, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about interesting, or not interesting, but abnormalities in what's happening right now. I'm in Europe. And this will be a subject for next video, or next session, whenever I get around to doing it, if I can get this one off the ground. Rise of the right wing in Europe. And essentially, because I live in the Italian-speaking part of Europe, essentially probably the underreporting or over-reporting, we can say both of them, of the current what the English call Prime Minister, but actually she's the head of the Consiglio, which is not quite the same thing, but anyway, Prime Minister, let's call her the Prime Minister of Italy, Giorgia Meloni. Interesting person, and that will be the subject of the next take, or the next video, the next, whatever we call these things, session. My name is Kim. Look forward to talking to you everybody again. See ya.